Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. Also, I do apologize if I sound a little bit weird. I am getting sick, so I do apologize for that, but overall, I am recording this at roughly almost midnight Eastern Standard Time. So, of course, like I said, in yesterday's video, price action might change. But ultimately, Bitcoin is still doing this sideways momentum move. I mean, on the 1 day, you guys could see this move just today alone. But on the 7 day span, you can really kind of see it. I mean, it's just up, down, sideways momentum. On the historical data, we could see the close. I mean, the closing points are pretty close together, but we are waiting for this to actually break. And it could break to the upside. It could also break to the downside. The reason why I think that it's going to break to the upside is simply because I don't believe that we revisit the all-time highs from 2017, 2018, which would be $20,000, as you guys do see back here. I don't believe that we go that low. I know a lot of people have been talking about, 10K, 13K, 18K. I just don't think that we go that low. I think that we hold around this level. But of course, I will welcome any sort of price action. Of course, if we go into a full-on bear market, I'm not saying that we're not in a bear market for altcoins, I'm just saying on Bitcoin, then I will 100% be adding to my altcoin bags. Now, with this in mind, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about the SEC lawsuit. So, obviously, we know that Ripple is going to IPO after the SEC lawsuit, but we've seen a new news article about this today from CNBC saying crypto firm Ripple will explore IPO after SEC lawsuit ends. CEO says. Now, this is actually pretty bullish. Now, I've talked to you guys about and discussed to you guys about how XRP plays into this. If I am somebody who supports XRP as a token or even Ripple as a token, right? If I'm going to invest into Ripple, I'm probably going to invest into the settlement or bridge token that is also connected within the Ripple network. Now, I know that a lot of people argue the fact that XRP is not actually being utilized, but that is completely false. It's not being utilized right now because of regulatory uncertainty. It is being utilized for 1/4 of the payment volume in terms of on-demand liquidity, but I actually do foresee it being utilized a lot more as you do kind of push forward on into a regulatory clarity market. And once regulations are ushered in, I do think that it's going to open the doors for a lot of these utility gems. What we do see here, Ripple will explore the possibility of an initial public offering once its lawsuit with the U.S. SEC has ended, CEO Brad Garlinghouse told CNBC. The SEC alleges Ripple Garlinghouse and executive chairman Chris Larson engaged in illegal securities offerings through, again, the sales of XRP. Now, of course, Garlinghouse's comments come amid a cryptocurrency price crash that has wiped billions of dollars of value off of the market. XRP is down 42% in the last 30 days. And I love the fact that they have to, reiterate the, down percentages. Like they're not focusing on, the stock market either. I mean, we've seen Snapchat down almost 30%. Nvidia was down, I think, like almost 11% as well. So, stocks are also having it pretty rough. But we do see down here, I think we want to get certainty and clarity in the United States with the U.S. SEC. I'm hopeful that the SEC will not slow that process down any more than they already have. Now, it's funny that he mentions that because, guys, guess what happened? That's right. We had another delay in the SEC lawsuit. We do see here the court has granted the SEC's motion for extension of time to file an opposition to Amissi's request to participate in the expert challenge. SEC's objection is due by June 7th, 2022, and any responses to that objection are due by June 10th, 2022. And a lot of people are saying, please tell me the judges are allowing these few extra days extensions to make sure that the SEC will have a hard time appealing if they lose. A lot of people are saying, they didn't want to say, John Deaton's name because, again, they just wanted to say Amissi, but it is pretty funny. I mean, to me, I think that these delays are absolutely terrible. I think that it is one of the biggest shakeout, situations in history of crypto, just by utilizing time and patience. And I've reiterated this multiple times on this channel. I've talked to you guys about, if you have weak hands, patience is the easiest way to shake somebody out. And when we look at this SEC lawsuit, this is one of the largest litigation, cases around crypto, and even I would say one of the largest litigation, cases from the SEC themselves, because if you think about it, this is not centric on XRP or even Ripple. This is centric on crypto in general. This is going after all of crypto, and I've said this multiple times. I want you guys to also pay attention to other cases around this, sort of area, specifically the library case, because all of this is a clear attack on crypto. And I did see a quote earlier today that was pretty, realistic. They were saying, Gary Gensler essentially should focus on giving out regulations instead of talking about it. And I do completely agree. I mean, you got to put your money where your mouth is, because right now we're still waiting for those regulations to be ushered in, and nothing is happening. We're just seeing delay after delay after delay, and it's terrible. But also, we did see here, talking about that Gary Gensler video. I talked about this video yesterday, but we do see XRP Crow responding with a quote from Stuart Alderati from 2020. And this says, "You mean the Howey test created in the age of the dinosaurs should decide on the use and functions of the 21st century's advanced technologies, digital assets such as XRP." And of course, he's not, being serious talking about created in the age of the dinosaurs, but we do know that it's from the 40s. So why are we still utilizing this test for digital assets? It makes no sense. But we also do see XRP is a bridge currency based on an open source blockchain technology traded on 200 exchanges. We do see that quote from Stuart Alderati, general counsel at Ripple. In 2015, the U.S. government concluded XRP was a virtual currency. Last I checked, the SEC is still part of the U.S. government. Goodbye Howey test, hello Ripple test. And honestly, I'm telling you guys, we really should focus on, the idea on, one, Ripple was meeting with the SEC on a day-to-day basis. They met with them multiple times. Not only that, but they got clarity from the U.S. government. Again, the SEC is still part of the U.S. government in terms of an agency. So this argument is still ongoing when it doesn't make any sense from a litigator's, standpoint. I mean, if I was a lawyer and I was seeing this information, I would just be completely confused. I would be lost, because it makes no sense why XRP doesn't have regulatory clarity. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, we also did see our scoop, Patrick Doody, the independent expert the SEC government, retained to analyze the perspective of a reasonable purchaser of XRP is currently employed by a private consulting firm that won a $4.1 million government contract in 2018. The contract was funded by the SEC. This is where your tax money is going. If you live in the United States, you should be absolutely furious. We do see here, is conflict of interest a requirement when working with the SEC? And we do see down here from Jeremy Hogan, consider that fact checked. Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind that we are still listening to things like this. And we actually do see here, it does absolutely destroy his credibility, especially if it turns out that the $4.1 million is a large percentage of the company's gross income. And we do see down here, does the SEC and their experts even have any credibility to lose? And honestly, I would say no. I would say that the SEC has no credibility to their name anymore. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a few other things, so let's not sit around and waste more time. In terms of things happening around stablecoins and regulatory clarity, we actually do see here when BlackRock and Fidelity invest hundreds of millions of dollars of money into Circle, I'm pretty sure we'll soon have real clarity for stablecoins. And shout out to Anders for this, but I do completely agree. I mean, you look at these massive giants jumping into this space. I mean, BlackRock by themselves has $10 trillion assets under management. It's crazy. And they're jumping into crypto. What does that tell you? Specifically USDC. I would say that we will have clarity for stablecoins. I think that they're, continuing to play it off as, something that is not, going to happen. They were saying, stablecoins don't pose a risk to the, financial system after, of course, the UST and Luna crash. And then all of a sudden, now we see, talks about regulations around this entire space. I know that initially they were utilizing the UST situation for, regulatory clarity to target stablecoins. But since then, they dropped that argument. And to me, you really got to question, why did they drop that argument? Why did they play stablecoins down? It kind of gives you an insight on where we are headed. And we actually do see here. So Clayton said that we, should not expect any clarity for crypto in a long time, except for stablecoins in custody. BlackRock, Fidelity invest in Circle. After Luna, regulators will push for stablecoin regulations. What happens if the Ripple lawsuit is finalized? Wild speculation. Imagine getting regulatory clarity for stablecoins custody at the same time the Ripple lawsuit is finalized. XRP having most clarity in the U.S. market. Could USDC then be issued as an IOU on the XRP ledger XRP Ledger is a great solution for the stablecoin issuance. And honestly, it is. I mean, we've talked about this. We've talked about the XRP Ledger essentially being an issuance, ledger based for CBDCs and even stablecoins. So to me, this actually does make a ton of sense. Definitely shout out to Anders for that as well. Now, I also want to talk to you guys about things that are happening right now around crypto. So first off, I share with you guys this IMF video. It's 51 seconds long. Listen closely to this because this is actually pretty significant. And we do see here, we can think about digital money as a global public good. In that context, we are calling for a public platform to connect different central bank digital currencies with interoperability the same way you would transfer money from one country to another. Listen closely to this.
We are advocating to think about this world of digital money as a global public good. And in a recent discussion in Zurich, where we both were, what we advocated for is to have a public platform. So when protocols are agreed, this public platform can connect different CBDCs. There can be interoperability the same way you would transfer euros from one country to another. You do it using CBDCs.
And I want to reiterate a little bit. So first off, okay, so let's talk about a few things. So Quant Network, I've talked to you guys about Quant Network multiple times. I've talked to you guys about how it's essentially our modern age Bitcoin. The reason why is because that's exactly what Quant does, is connects the legacy systems to the digital systems. Everything, all the money will be bridged. All of the money will be bridged. I want you guys to understand that right now. You look at the things being built. The foundation is being laid. You guys can see exactly where we are in this pivotal moment in time. This is the largest transfer of wealth in history. Those individuals selling right now because the market is down, getting out of crypto right now because, we are in a bear market in quotation marks, if you will. Those individuals are going to look back and, kick themselves because we are at that moment in time where things are moving rapidly. I know that it seems like things are being stifled, delays are being put out. Do not play into it. I want you guys to understand that these are urgent warnings from massive groups that control the money flows in the world. These are also, these are names that are, looking at what is being built as well within crypto. They're not trying to attack it. They're actually trying to complement it. They're talking about interoperability. They know exactly what interoperability means. They understand exactly where digital currencies are positioned. They know everything that is being laid out within crypto. To me, they are playing everything down. They are not mentioning names. They're not mentioning this. They're not mentioning that because why would they? That would tell you the insights on everything that is happening, but you have to put together the puzzle pieces because when you see the picture clearly, you could understand exactly what is being built. The future financial system is here. It's happening. All you need to do is pay attention, understand everything that has happened up to this point and what will happen after this point. It's clear. Okay? And I want you guys to right now focus on things around XRP. We go back a little bit to a quote that I put into yesterday's video, and that was in terms of regulatory, certainty, the U.S. is behind other countries. This is from Brad Garlinghouse, but he also said remittances and a new era of digital money. Listen closely to this, guys.
Regulatory certainty. The U.S. is certainly behind other countries, but even some of the leading countries in this space, understanding how the businesses you operate in are going to be regulated by governments is critical to make investment as an entrepreneur, to start new companies. As a U.S. entrepreneur, when people ask me, they're thinking about starting a crypto company, I say don't incorporate in the United States because that's where it's somewhere between hostile and uncertain. And there's much better clarity in Japan and Singapore, here in Switzerland, to invest. And I think globally having more clarity and more certainty will help this innovation thrive, and it'll help remittances because of that.
Yes, and that is the big focus point. All right, you don't get. All right, first off, in terms of regulations, why is this such an important area to focus on? Okay, first off, a lot of people have argued that regulations will actually kill and stifle crypto. We will see diminished gains. We will see, altcoins that are not doing, 10, 100x moves anymore. We will be in a market that is moving similar to the traditional markets, but that is not the case. I try to share with you guys and understand the vision behind why regulations are such a crucial part of this entire system to actually be laid out and adopted in. You do not get the $1 trillion plus money flows without having regulatory certainty. Just imagine, right? You are a settlement company doing, we'll just say, $1 trillion a year in money flows. You have $1 trillion on the line that you are, one, collecting fees on, you're making your money on, and you want to invest and you want to, push forward a new system and jump into something like RippleNet. And of course, they could utilize RippleNet right now without XRP, but they want to also unlock the, true efficiencies of RippleNet. You don't get that without XRP. I've shared with you guys, it's an extra 30+% savings on FX rates. It is also instant settlement. You need to pay attention to what XRP actually does unlock. Yeah, sure, it is the bridge currency. It's the settlement token. It has a ton of other use cases on the XRP ledger. But at the end of the day, it unlocks liquidity. It unlocks, it unlocks everything that, these massive financial giants want. I'm telling you guys, settlement speeds are the crucial area to focus on. Speed, cost. I mean, look at it like this. You have a payment settled instantly at a fraction of the cost of Swift, and who do you think they are choosing? They are not choosing Swift. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.